See, I need some intro music for this. Hey, guys.
Want me to sing?
There you go. Hello. It's Saturday morning again. Welcome to Saturday Cup of Joe with Lem Moore, Bill Walsh, and today we have a special guest, Ray the Video Guy is with us. He's going to share some of his awesome, incredible, and funny knowledge. You know?
Let's hope. I think it's funny. We'll see if it's really funny.
Awesome. We'd like to thank all of you guys who are watching the replay and actually have joined us live. I know today is it's almost February already. I mean, January is ending and 2015 has started with or without you. So I suggest you take the knowledge that we're trying to give you and the information that Ray and everyone else is going to share with you this year and go with the flow. Ray will have some information on how you can contact him later as we get at the end of the broadcast. But I want to say hello. Bill, what's up, man?
Good morning.
It seems like Bill and I have been on this webinar thing like all week long with training. And it's crazy. Who said the internet lifestyle was all about being on the beach? I think they lied. That's more like on your computer.
Lied.
They lied. I guess you have to do so much work during like 14 years and then you can go on the beach. I guess. I don't know. Who knows?
It's a 10-year plan.
Also, we had a very, very powerful Cup of Joe last week. If you have not seen that episode, go back and check it out. Go to SaturdayCupofJoe.com and look through the replays, and you'll see we are still trying to reach our goal in selling 100 flags. So please go over there and find a link in Video Alpha to help take those vets off the street, because that's such a great program, and we do appreciate all of you who watched it, and we appreciate those who came on and shared their stories. Man, that was powerful last week, man. Wow. So, with that being said, our man of the hour, tough like a tower. I'm trying to rhyme, but it ain't working. I think I'm the only black man that can't rhyme. We want to bring on our buddy, Ray the Video Guy. What's up, man?
Oh, not too much. It's a bright, well, I was going to say bright sunny day here, but it's definitely not that. It's a little cloudy and rainy. But it's a great day. It's a Saturday morning, so this is kind of like my fun day, which means I do chores instead of, creating little web pages or whatever. So.
You just reminded me something. There's no chores for me because the wife is gone. She's in Colorado.
But wait, you're missing one part of this though. You're gonna have to make up for it later because my wife is gone too. She's coming back tomorrow. And I looked around the kitchen this morning and said, man, it's like I don't know how she keeps it up, because I try, and the kids are like a tornado.
Right?
No matter how much you clean up, it gets worse.
It gets worse.
So now I've got to spend today, getting it back to where it looks like we were good all week long. So.
Right. I was looking at the schedule. Go ahead.
Looks like one of those episodes of a sitcom, where the kids have a party and then everybody in the neighborhood shows up.
I love it. Oh my goodness. So. I think the first time we actually met in person, Bill and I don't know Bill, but well, you and I, yeah, maybe it was Bill and I. We met you at the Vid Summit, man, and I actually sat by you, and I laughed the entire time because you are a nut, Ray. You are just like me. You are a nut. I was just,
Well, I do have to say one of my great joys in life is making Lem laugh, because it is very easy to do.
Right. It was hilarious.
And we did. We met for the first time at Vid Summit, and I was sitting on the opposite side of the room with Steve.
Right.
And we're sitting there, and we're listening to Daryl talk at the time, and you said something, and I said to Steve, that's Lem. He's here.
I love it. And I think every time we ate after that, I had to get by you somewhere. We were like in the close vicinities eating. I was like,
well,
Ray.
Yeah, because where we were, if you walked any farther than the place we ate at, you'd probably be murdered. So it was, you didn't have too much of a choice but to go to the same was it a Chinese or Korean restaurant every day. So
yeah, it's true. I love it. I love it. So, buddy, tell us how long you've been marketing, man, online.
No, this is probably going to surprise a lot of people, but while I've been in the business for a few years, I started in TV, so I did a lot of traditional advertising. Starting off in the news, doing television commercials and things like that for years. I started helping people with online video back in, it was before YouTube existed, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, we were actually doing online video. So what we were doing there is we were literally, we were using Real Player, if you remember that. It's still around, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And we were using that because there was no other platform, really. It was back then. It was you could take a Real Player file, a QuickTime file, or a Windows Media file, and literally put those online on your own site and host them yourself. And then YouTube obviously came along, and that kind of changed everything. But as far as like marketing, like the type of stuff you guys are talking about now, I've only been doing it for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years at most. Before that, it was helping offline businesses, so we were doing online marketing in that way, but it was different, a different type of online marketing than what a lot of what we do now. So literally only 2 years or a little bit less.
Man, that's amazing, man. Wow. But you seem like you're comfortable with the camera. I've seen all these videos. I've seen you, do your thing. I've seen you on stage, and I'm like, who is this guy? And now you come to tell me you only been marketing really for a year? That's amazing. Yeah. But that's good though.
It is, and I what I tell people, and this is the thing is, I'm not some handsome Hollywood actor, but I still am able to get in front of the camera, and we run into a lot of people. They're like, I don't want to be on camera. Come on, look at me. I get on camera. Anybody can get on camera. And what I like to tell people, and this is something that you have to embrace a little bit, and people always laugh when I say this, is you have to embrace your inner pro wrestler. And what I mean by that is, if you think about pro wrestling, right? What is it everybody knows about that? These are these crazy, over the top people, right? Well, that's what you kind of have to do. But you have to be yourself on, to the 10th power.
Right.
You don't need to come out and be in a duck costume, and call yourself Duckman. But what you need to do is you need to take what you are and just kind of blow that up and magnify it. The guy when you see me on camera or even on a show like this, that's not what I'm really like 24 hours a day walking around. I have to, just take it to that next level and be a little wilder and crazier, but still, make it be me, just bigger and wilder, if that makes any sense. So that's what I call it. I call it embracing your inner pro wrestler.
Right. That's good, man. But when you said that, I just saw Billy Madison the other day. I don't know if you ever seen that show.
No, I don't think I have.
You gotta go check out Billy Madison because that's one of Adam Sandler's first feature.
Oh yeah. I remember that. That's the golf one.
And one of his guys on there is like a wrestler that no one knows about. He's like this secret wrestler. And they bust him at the end, but it's funny. I thought how funny. The inner wrestler in people.
There you go.
Awesome. Cool. So let me ask you this, Ray. Since you've been in video for a while, way before YouTube, we're going to call you a pioneer in the business. Where do you see where video is going right now? Is it more on ranking? Is it more on video ads? Where do you see it?
You know what? I still see it as kind of a mix of everything. I think video ads are a huge thing that's just going to blow up over the next couple of years. What I've found was, and the way I started with video ads is, when it comes to video ranking, which obviously is what everybody tries to do, they try to get to the top of Google, they try to get to the top of YouTube. What I found was that in the old days, just to go back a little bit, in the old days, all we'd have to do to rank on Google with a video was go to Fiverr, spend $10 on backlinks and fake views, and you'd be, top of page one. Obviously, time has changed. You do that now, you're probably going to get the video banned, let alone not make it to one.
Right.
So what I discovered was I was thinking about it, and last year we released a product on how to rank videos, And when we were building that product, because we wanted to update it with all the changes, because it was getting a lot harder, and one of the things that I thought was, well, we still need to get a lot of views in a short period of time. How do we do that? And, you know, this big light bulb went off and said, wait a minute, there's a button right next to every YouTube video in your back end there that says promote. And all you have to do is click that button and pay YouTube to give you views.
Boom. See? Stuff right there is right in front of you.
Yeah, and that's how I got into video advertising. And that was before, you know, obviously like Tommy Powers has gotten big into the video ads now. And
Shouts out, Tommy, because you might be watching, bro. I hollered at you last night. You and my other... Okay, all right, go ahead.
And Justin Sardi and some of these other guys.
Hey!
And there you go. He's probably watching too. Hi, Justin.
He's probably watching too.
But, you know, I started this probably even before all those things started really becoming big and all those programs on that, because my knowledge of YouTube ads was, you know, minuscule. But I knew that just like with Fiverr, if I just spent like $5 a day, I could get a few hundred views or a few thousand views.
Right.
And it was targeted views. So now instead of going to Fiverr and spending $5 for a bunch of views from people that the only reason was to get you know, to get credit for their videos to get views. Now I'm spending that $5 and I'm getting people that were actually searching for my keyword, so they're more likely to buy the product. And so what we found was, you know, instead of just throwing $5 away to get some views, we were putting $5 in, getting our views, but then oftentimes people were buying the product instead. So now we were making money by getting these views, and of course by getting the views quickly, you know, it definitely gave that same bump. Now, in reality, when it comes to buying views on YouTube and paying for the ads and everything, they don't quite treat viewed video ads the same as a natural view. And the reason for that is, of course, because if you're paying money for an ad and somebody clicks on that and they go away quickly because they were, you know, it's not what they wanted, YouTube doesn't want that to hurt you by saying, well, gee, 1,000 people, you know, clicked on the ad but then didn't watch the video, so now the video is going to tank. So they don't quite count them the same because the views are a little bit different, but it's still very effective. It gets you views, and it makes you, you know, a little bit of money sometimes as well, which is a great thing. And of course, if you target those views even more, you get a better chance of making money back. And so it's so what I typically do is I start big. I just put the ad out there to everyone in the planet, you know, try and get it in front of everyone, because my goal is to bump the view count. So then after a couple days, when we get a lot of those views, then we can start to narrow it back down and say, okay, this is a video about X, so we're really going to target X and make sure that that's who's getting there. Whereas at the beginning, we kind of go bigger to get more views, and, you know, that's what we're spending the money for, is to boost the views. And it works very well. Works very well. And of course, YouTube loves that instead of hating it.
Now, I've heard in hearsay that, you know, I don't want everybody to go out there and quote me on this. I just heard through the grapevine, and Ray, you can say, yes, this does work or this does happen, but I heard if you're ranking videos and you're also doing video ads with this same keyword, that it almost gives you an extra boost.
You know, the correlation says yes, and common sense says probably.
Right.
As with anything when it comes to this stuff, nobody knows for sure. You know, we can only look at it and go, you know, it seems that this is the case, and it does. It seems that that is the case, that when you're willing to put a little money into it, they tend to give it a little bit of a bump. And I don't know if that's a thing they do on purpose, or if it's just kind of a little byproduct. I'm guessing it's probably more of a byproduct of the fact that you're getting all these views and that you're out there, that it just naturally boosts you up. But, you know, to be honest with you, and if we talk about YouTube especially, YouTube is really easy to rank in most of the time. Google's a little bit tougher. And what we have to remember is that most people, and when I say most, we're probably talking 90%, have no idea what they're doing. They throw a video up there. Maybe, you know, maybe their keyword is in the title. Maybe it's not. They're not really focusing on SEO. So if you do a really good job of making sure that your keywords in the title, your description is really well done, you've got the right proper tags, you're going to do pretty well on YouTube by default because you're one of the few that are going to do that. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're trying to rank for an online marketing product, well, chances are there's going to be a lot of other people that are doing what you're doing. But if you're trying to rank for a local business or just a random Amazon product, you're probably going to do very well on YouTube if you do those steps, and every little step helps.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So since we all went to the Vid Summit, I want to hear your what was the impact that you received from that Vid Summit? Because we all took home something very powerful. And with you being a speaker there, I know you had a chance to listen to the other guys. And I'm not sure if you have been with those other guys before, but I haven't, so I don't know. But what was your number one take back from that event?
It's what we just talked about. It's that ads are the next big wave. That is the future of all this, is really targeting and ads and retargeting and all of that kind of stuff, because it's very effective. And it's, think of it this way. If I want to rank well on YouTube for something, right, there's a good chance I could get to the top. But if I pay them $5 or $10, I guarantee I'm going to get to the top. Yeah, it might say ad next to it, but I'm going to be right up there. In fact, I'm going to be higher than the highest organic rating. So the biggest thing was everybody was talking ads. And I agree with them, because it's something that I jumped into, and when I jumped into it, nobody was talking about ads, and I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I was just trying to get views, but now it's all about the ads. So I think that's what I got out of that, is that everybody's switching their focus in that direction.
Sweet, yeah. I mean, I totally agree. I believe that's where it's going, and I know I bugged you for like a month way back, and I'm like, tell me, Ray. Tell me. You're like, dude, I'm just a beginner. I'm like, bullcrap, Ray, you're not a beginner. You know more than me, so that makes you an expert.
And you know what? And that's something else to be talked about in general, is for everybody out there looking to do something, to make a video, whatever. If you know more than the guy next to you, you are an expert to that person. Yep, don't be afraid to get out there and teach.
That's true. That's true. And I was like, you keep telling me that, but I know you know the basics. So drop all that drama, man. Just tell me. And I appreciate you, buddy, for being so patient. If y'all don't know Ray is very giving, has a big heart, and dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm blessed to be even associated with you, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because Ray's like, all right, Lim, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing for you for a second. I'm like, thank you, Ray. He's like my old uncle.
Wait, your old uncle? Wait a minute. How old are you now? Wait a minute.
I'm just messing with you, man. All right, so Ray, let me ask you this, buddy. Do you consider yourself an offline marketer or online marketer?
It's a little bit of both. I was mostly an offline marketer, and what happened was I kept seeing people releasing products and doing all these other things, and I thought, well, this is going back, like I said, about 2 years ago.
Right.
I said, I'm doing all this YouTube stuff for these local businesses. I said, and I've put together these little systems, and why don't I sell the graphics that I'd made, these graphic templates that I'd put together for YouTube. And this is going back, if you remember, about 2 years ago, when the YouTube pages looked a lot different than they do now. You could do these really weird, backgrounds that covered the whole page, and I had a whole bunch of those. And so what I was selling was mostly the templates, but I also threw in a training course on kind of how I did things for my local clients and how to set up YouTube, and it sold really well. And then over the next couple of iterations, it kind of turned more into the training and less about the graphics, and that's how I got started in online marketing. And we built I kind of laugh at it. It was a bit of luck, because had that first product not sold, I never would have even thought, well, gee, this is possible, and I would have just continued doing what I was doing. I probably wouldn't be here right now. But what happened was I made a whole $500 that weekend that I released it.
Wow. There you go.
A whole $500. Now, we laugh about that because, we see all our buddies going, hey, we just crossed $100,000.
Right. Get it? Right.
But at the time, I'd never really made anything online. as far as
Right.
you know that kind of online So to me, the $500 was the same as $1 million because it proved that hey, this can be done. I had no affiliate support, didn't know how to get affiliate support, no clue.
Oh,
You know?
that could be
But I built
challenging.
a good list of 1,000 or 1,200 people in a couple of days, and
Right.
it just kind of snowballed from there as I released more products, and then eventually we released another YouTube product. I had a bunch of affiliates on Warrior Plus at the time, and a couple of bigger affiliates had jumped on, and I had the first breakaway product. In fact, for a while, and it might still be, I'm not even sure, it was the #1 selling YouTube product ever on Warrior Plus for a while, and like I said, it might still be, I don't even know, but it sold just a ridiculous amount, and the affiliates made a ton of money. I didn't make a ton, they did, but it built a massive list, and it just kind of, that's where it went. We just started training all these people on YouTube stuff, and it's worked really well.
So going back with you in the beginning of doing commercials and all that before YouTube, if you were going to sell to that market right now, how would you do that?
Well, as far as if you mean the local businesses and whatnot,
Right.
what I do, because I'm not a salesperson,
Right.
the idea of picking up a phone and trying to call somebody that doesn't want to hear from me is just, it would kill me. So what we typically do is we do the same things for ourselves that we would do for them, and hopefully people will call us. Now the other thing is we've gotten other people that are good at calling people and let them go out and do that and sell the products and whatnot. And then the other thing that's worked really well is I like to create little foot in the door type things. So for instance, one strategy that we've done quite a bit of is take a video for, whatever it happens to be, local DUI attorney or bankruptcy attorney, get it ranked on page 1, and then what I'll do is sorry, I accidentally muted myself.
I was about to say, here you go,
I'm sitting here.
tell me what happened.
I'm talking with my hands and I hit my space bar. Didn't realize space bar would mute you, but apparently it does. No, so what we do is we'd use Hot Lead Finder, which by the way is free if anybody is looking for a software that does this. It pulls up all these different businesses, so you just put it in your city and whatever city, and then bankruptcy or DUI or whatever it happens to be. Pull up a whole bunch of these businesses, get the emails, and I would just send an email out with screenshots and say, here we go, we got a video out here, who wants it? And ironically, every single time somebody will get back to me and say they want it. And every time we've done that, it's always led into bigger and better things. So, oh yeah, you can have that for $100 a month. Okay, great. Hey, can you make video of me? Yep, we sure can. And the next thing you know, we're out there doing a couple $1,000s in videos, and then they need a website and everything else, and it just kind of snowballs from there. So that's been very effective, just kind of doing that, is getting those videos out there and sending those out. And we've tried it with a few other things. Recently there was a product where you gave away, you get this thing on directories, and you give that away, and we've been giving that away to businesses, and that's also led to people coming back and giving us business. So what I found is just use that, one little thing out there to get their attention, and it's going to lead to bigger and better things. And if you can help them, then that's even better. So that's what we've done. And then like I said, I've got some partners, and they do a lot more of the footwork as far as that goes, because I'm not interested in it. I'm too good for that.
See, that was the reason why I wanted to ask you that question, because I knew you had some type of technique that you were using to get actual customers out of that. And I do agree with you. Video emails work well if you do it right. You still have to think about, okay, how can I get these guys to just open up the email on the subject line? Plus, once you do get them to open up the email, what are you going to present them? Something that's awesome that they need. And once they do jump on you and say, hey, raise my hand, it's like, yes, give it to me, then they are, completely going to know, like, and trust you. And they're going to ask you for more things, like you said, as far as upgrading to different services and different packages. And it goes from there, which it happens all the time. But the key is you have to take action and send that email out, or pick up the phone, or have someone else to pick it up. That's awesome. Yeah. Wow.
And and the one thing I do want to mention is, once somebody raises their hand like that, I have no problem selling to them then. I'm just not, I don't enjoy trying to make them raise their hand. That's just not me. But if they say, hey, I want to know more about video, I'm right there. I can sell them once I know they want me there. I have no problem selling them. It's, getting to that point where I know they want me there that I don't like to do. So that's the tough part.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Seems like this Google was slowing down for a second. I feel like I'm in robot slow mo. I heard you, but it kept the picture on me, and I'm like, why is that thing keep looking at me? I'm not making any noise. Anyway, here's a question for you, Ray. How much time do you spend behind your computer, buddy? A day?
Oh, you don't even want to know the answer to that. Typically, here's the way it goes for me, and I've tried to get better with this, through scheduling myself, making sure that I'm doing, certain things, because I don't want to be stuck behind a computer from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. or anything like that, But I'll tell you, when I first got started with this, I would start, 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is after kids went to school, and I'd be there till 5 or 6, and then I would come back at 10 o'clock when they went to bed, and a lot of times it'd be up till 3 o'clock in the morning, because you have to build all these things. You have to really work and work and work at this. And I find now that the toughest thing for me is allowing myself to do things I want to do. In other words, being a business owner and working out of my house, which is probably a bad thing in a lot of ways, kind of leads me and probably many others to, gee, I should be doing something right now. I should be doing something right now. And that's not good, because you've got family, you've got obligations, you've got all these other things that you need to be doing, and the whole time you're thinking, well, gee, I should be making another squeeze page, or I should be making another video, or I should be doing this or that. So I think that the big thing is to schedule yourself and make sure that you're on when you're on and you're off when you're off. And I've worked hard at that. So I typically now, I'll probably come down, kids get off to school about 8:30, so between 8:30 and 9, I'll come down and I'll set a few things up, and then I'll probably go up and, do some chores and have some breakfast, and then come back and work on video for a couple of hours, take a lunch break, go to the gym, do whatever, come back, work for a couple more hours on some video projects, then an hour on email marketing or whatever, and then have a set time that, okay, we're scheduling the next day and we're done. So typically, I'm kind of doing the 9 to 5, not really, because, I'm still not good at breaking away, so I'm sneaking in and doing things here and there. But what I found is, you talked at the beginning, we joked about the internet lifestyle thing, and while it's not 100% true that you can be sitting on the beach and working, to an extent you can. And I've learned over this year that once you start to build systems, you don't have to be in front of the computer. Sorry, this 8 o'clock in the morning thing's killing me here. You don't have to be in front of the computer 24 hours a day anymore. You build systems. You get people that are helping you. I just picked up 2 more employees locally here. Actually, I've decided not to go the VA route, the Philippines and all that for most of the stuff. So I just picked up a video editor and a person who can do websites, and actually, believe it or not, they're students. So they're just working a few hours in the afternoon, taking some of that stuff off my plate that allows me to be a little more creative and allows me to do some other things, strategize. Because one of the problems that I find is that you start building this business, and if your business is online marketing or offline marketing, you're spending all your time creating content. You're spending all your time creating videos. You're spending all your time creating websites. Well, when are you spending time expanding? And that's the hard part. Because if you're doing all the work, you never get an opportunity to plan for the future. And so I'm trying to get some of that work into other people's hands, and then that way I can start to expand the business out into different directions, and that seems to be working pretty well.
I get it, man. I totally dig it. I think the easiest way for me to describe that is having a partner, or like for example, Bill and I are on the phone or scheduling something every day, and we have to get stuff done, and it makes it easy. And I'm like, Bill, don't you dare schedule anything at 4 o'clock my time, because that's when I become a fourth grader again, and I'm doing fourth grade homework, which I totally love, can't you tell? Anyway, and I'm like, Bill, don't do it. From 4 to 6, I'm booked. That's homework every day, And so I get up from I work from 10 to 3, because I'm in carpool line at 3. That's when I'm pretty much done, And it's been a blessing in disguise to work from 10 to 3 every day, because it makes me get a schedule down, get things done, get things in order for the next day. Even when I'm in carpool line, I have about 20 minutes. I can schedule things out and do whatever. Although Bill's sneaky now. At 3 o'clock, I'm normally talking to him for 30 minutes about something. But it's all good, So it works out. I mean, you hit that round the nail, buddy. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in the same boat. A lot of times I'm doing the carpool thing at 3 o'clock. And so that's time when I can, when I'm waiting, I'm on the phone talking to people and scheduling things out. And so that's, it is. It's the beautiful thing about the internet lifestyle. Yeah, I'm not sitting on the beach all day with a laptop, writing a blog and making $1 million, which I don't. I do know some people that are. Ironically, I have run into people that literally travel the world with their laptop. They do a blog. They make a ton of money, and they sit on the beach and write their blog every day. But, it's few and far between. Wow. But what I do find is that I can go pick up the kids from school. I can take the kids to this or that. I'm here. When there's an emergency in town, I can go and fill sandbags for the river flooding. I can, whatever it happens to be. And the sad part is people know that, so they call me. But the point is, I can do those things, and I enjoy that fact. And of course, we were talking before we got started about going on a cruise and all that kind of stuff. And the beauty is, going on a vacation was a great test, especially going on a cruise, because you can't have your phone and your laptop or anything with you. You're cut off.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Guess what? I was gone for a week, and the income stayed exactly the same the whole time. It didn't, we didn't lose money by going on there. So for all those people who, you've got a 9-to-5 job and you think, well, gee, I can't go on vacation. If you've got the systems in place, you can. I could probably work a lot less than I do, and yet, my problem is, and this is, I know many of you guys listening right now are probably going to go, yep, that's me. I have a very difficult time letting other people do things.
I knew he was going to say that.
And it's 100% true. And like I said, I just brought in a kid that's going to edit for me, and it's a scary thing for me. Now, it shouldn't be, because when he does it, he's going to give it to me, and I'm going to look at it and say, no, fix this, or don't, or it's fine. But when I don't have my hands on it specifically, I have a hard time with that. So that's something that I've got to get over, and I know a lot of people fall into that category of they've got to do, they've got to be the one that does it. And I take it even worse, because I want to be the guy who's making the squeeze pages. I want to know how to make them. I want to be the one who's editing videos, because I want to know how to do that. I want to know how to set up the email marketing. Does it really matter if I know those things? Probably not, but for whatever reason, it's just built into my personality that I want to get my hands in there and know how to do all those things, But now I've got to take that from, okay, I want to know it, but I shouldn't be doing it, Let somebody else be the person who's creating the squeeze pages every day, that kind of a thing. Editing the small projects, and I can still edit the big projects, whatever, So I think that's my biggest thing, is letting go and allowing other people to work on some of these things and be more the face of the business rather than the hands.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. That's where the transition is.
I think I'm going to quote that. Be the face of your business, not the hands. There we go. I like that.
See, I don't want to have a part of none of that. I want to say, hey, can you do this? or you're the best, can you get it done? And then boom, it's done. I don't want to have to worry about nothing. I don't want to know how to build that. That's not my part. To me, I don't know what type of. I'm weird because Bill is the same way. He'll come up with an idea, and we're like, so how do we do it? He's like, I don't know, and then we're trying to find someone to get it done for us, and that's how we do it,
See, and that's a great thing to bring up, because that falls right into what I'm saying too, because I want my hands in these things. If I have ideas, they get put aside. So I need to, we need to learn to let go so that we can work on the ideas. I remember, like I said, I've got two on the local business side. I've got two guys that I work with. And we've been partners doing this stuff for years, and we were notorious for, we're going to Vegas for, this particular conference, or we're going to San Diego for this conference, whatever it happened to be, and we would be driving for, 8 hours to Vegas or whatever, and we would come up with all sorts of ideas. We came up with so many $1 million ideas, we could pile up a room with all these ideas we have. And none of them ever happened. None of them ever got done, because then we had to do the actual work. And so we're busy doing work, and we never get to use any of these ideas,
Right.
So building the systems is huge, and that's what I'm focusing on this year, is really getting some of that off my plate. Like I said, I've only been doing this kind of thing for about 2 years, and really last year was the first year that I was really doing it. And literally last year in December, so a year ago December, I sat down, and for the first time in my life, I did what all the gurus tell you got to do. I planned. I said, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is how much money I want to make by this time. This is how much I want to make by this time. This is how many subscribers I want to have, that kind of a thing. And just like they always tell you, I beat every single one of those goals. And I'm not trying to sound like, bragging or anything like that.
Float your boat, bro. You done went on a cruise. Float your boat, brother. Come on. You deserve it.
Yeah, it's an important thing to mention, I think. My goal for the year on the internet marketing side, we beat that by June.
Right.
And in the second half of the year, we did more than double that. So, wow. Yeah, and it all came down to, honestly, how did you do that? There had to be reasons. Well, part of the reason, I think, is I knew what I wanted to accomplish. And in fact,
Okay, Ray, what I need you to do is log off and log back on. Because we're having technical difficulties. There we go. You never know what's going to go, Phil. You know what I'm saying?
I know. This is what happens. Sometimes you just never know.
I was like, what Ray doing? Putting a remix on me or something?
Crazy.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, he hit down the nail, be able to leave and go and do whatever you want and reach your goals. That's about the most awesome things about actually working, from home. Ray, are you back with us? All right, we're going to give him some time. Cool. Wow, he was getting deep, too. Are you there, Ray? I bet people watching us now going, what the heck just happened? Oh, my God. Oh, man, I felt so good laughing. I ain't laughed like that in a long time. Let's see here. So I'm going to go to the Facebook to see if we have any kind of questions, because I'm sure. Let's see here. Oh, no questions yet. Everybody's still chilling. They must be enjoying this. Good. Guys, if you have any questions out there right now, There we go. I thought Ray was being funny. Yes, it was a technical glitch there, Randy. And thanks for joining us, man. Anyone else who has questions, please go ahead and put them in the thread, and we'll be glad to answer those. I'm sure right now you probably don't have any questions. Wow, we're on good time. It's 9:40 already. Wow, that's good.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. He's in Utah, right, Bill?
Yeah, he's in, I can't remember where. I think he's like an hour from Salt Lake City, something like that.
Salt Lake City. How far is that from you?
What?
How far is that from you? How far is Salt Lake from where you are?
I don't know. I think it's 1,000 miles.
Oh, I thought you've been to Utah with Daryl and all them. No?
Oh, from Salt Lake? From
yes.
Salt Lake? I don't know. I think he's not more than an hour from Salt Lake City. I don't remember, though.
Cool. Hey, Robert, glad that you joined us, man. Yes, Ray has had some technical difficulties. I don't know if it's his computer. He's probably rebooting right now, which I'm assuming since that happened. I mean, normally when your computer gives you that effect, you got too much stuff running.
Hello. Hey, there we go.
There he is.
Yes. You know, it was very strange. I don't know what happened there. It was all of a sudden the mic just was going muted by itself, and then it would come back on. And but I reset it, and here's the ironic thing, and I wasn't even thinking, is I clicked the link and it opened in Chrome,
right?
And for whatever reason, I can't do Hangouts in Chrome. And I'd forgotten and went into Chrome that time. So that's why you couldn't hear me. For whatever reason, Chrome doesn't want to take my microphone. So I had to go back to Safari. So now we should be, hopefully we're okay if I don't get randomly muted again.
So I have a question for you because I was talking to the audience while you were gone. Ray, if you're doing affiliate marketing with videos, it says, has Ray ever done direct linking to affiliate offers from the video without Google to a website, or what is your favorite way of doing affiliate linking with videos?
Okay, we're gonna talk in safe and unsafe speak here.
I knew he's gonna go there. I've had this discussion with you before as well. Okay.
Yes, I absolutely have. You know, what I typically do is I often give bonuses for products anyway. So most times now, what happens is if I'm doing an affiliate product, the video will, you know, a lot of times what I'll do is an open box sort of video where, you know, if we're selling, you know, Vidneos, well then what I'll do is I'll create a video and I'll say, hey, you know, here's my sneak peek on the inside of exactly how it works. And I'll actually show you how it works and kind of give you some hints and tips and things like that. And then I'll say, and we've got some great bonuses. Just click this button and it'll take you to the bonuses. They click the button and it goes to the bonus page. The bonus page is on my website, which means it's completely safe, and then from there they go to the actual product. Now I have done videos that link directly to the product, and what I've done is use, you know, something like Pretty Link to be able to jump to the affiliate product directly. That's the YouTube doesn't necessarily like that, but I've never had a problem. So I'm not saying to do that. But what I am saying is, you know, I've never seen them do anything about me doing that when I've done it. So, yes, I do that. But most of the time, I do send them to a bonus page in between, or a squeeze page in some cases.
Yep. There you go. There you go. You know what? I know this may be off the subject, but it's on the subject. But how come you haven't done a little product on that? I mean, how to get around this and that?
Well, actually, I have. It's just not labeled as such. What I did was I had a course that was on the linking itself,
right.
And inside there, that's what we talk about is a lot of that kind of stuff. In fact, I re-released it on Udemy, and the first thing that, you know, one person, you can't do that. It's against their rules. I said, I know, and that's why I say right in there, you're not supposed to do this.
Don't you love those guys always trying to call you out on something?
That's funny.
I said you can't
Yeah,
do it.
so that course does talk about that, and the goal of that particular course was actually to teach people how to put graphics in their videos to make them look like buttons, so so they could click in the video itself, and I use this all the time, and it's so much higher click-through rates. It's not even funny. So for instance, if I'm selling Video Alpha, I might have a video that talks about Video Alpha, and then literally in the corner of the video, it'll have a picture of an e-cover or whatever, and it'll say, get it now, click here. Or maybe I'll put a banner on the bottom that says, learn about our bonuses and pick it up now, and then a button that says click here. And the fact that the button is in the video itself, I mean, it's so much higher click-through rates. It's just it's not even funny. And I did a case study once, and what I did was I made a video about the Facebook voice messaging system,
Right.
which a lot of people don't even know exists, where you can use your phone and you can leave a voicemail for people inside of Facebook. And they've got an Android app and they've got an iPhone app. And so I made a video talking about, hey, this is a great system, check it out. And I put two little buttons. It says download for Android, download for iPhone. And I just let it sit. And the idea was, it was to let people know that this exists, but really the covert reason I did it was to see if people would actually click the buttons in the video or not. And I had the buttons in the video go to a different place than the button, the link in the description itself. That way we could differentiate, did they click the button or did they click the link in the below the video? And we had, in like 2 days, we had like 300 people click on each of the buttons.
Jeez.
And that just said to me, it's like, okay, there you go. People do. They get it. They'll click on it. If they know it's there, they'll click on it. And we've just seen, so much more click-through rates when we have those on there that, you can't ignore it,
That brings up a question. I'm trying to look right now because I have that thing called Messenger that I leave voicemails all the time or voice messages, and Bill hates it. He hates it when I do that. He's like, dude, why you always leaving these stupid voice messages? And then one day, Billy Boy decided he's going to leave a message. I'm like, yeah, Bill, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Most people still, to this day, have no idea that it exists. In fact, the only reason I know it existed was because Chris Farrell sent me a message. And I'm like, what in the heck is this? And it was a voice message, and I'm like, how the heck did he do that? And so I, figured it out, and I was like, oh, wow, look at this. This is cool. So it's and it's very effective, especially if you've got clients online, on Facebook that you can, leave an actual voice message for. They love that stuff.
So for those out there who are afraid to cold call, I'm going to tell you right now that I'm looking at this. If there's a business owner on Facebook and you use a messenger and you notice there is a microphone on there, you can say, hey, my name is Lemmy Moore. I noticed your page here on Facebook, and we do a lot of great things with videos, but I know you're not doing videos. Why are you not doing videos? You want to learn more? Whatever. And they can hear it and cuss you out later, or say, hey, dude, that's awesome. You know what I mean?
You say learn more, call Lem more.
Yes, learn more, call them more. And I was like, wow, and you can literally target anyone with that because you can either invite them, whatever, they're either going to invite to hear your message or not. Damn, Ray. Boom.
See, look at that. Boom. We got it down now.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Awesome.
Guess what I'm doing this afternoon now.
I love it. I love it. Me too. I got a few people online I got to get a hold of, and I like that. Leave my message. They're going to hear my voice, and they're going to be like, oh, that's you. Or go check out this replay today. Look at Ray, the video guy. He knows what he's talking. They're like, what? What is this? All right.
Here's what I'm thinking is, I talked about that. I've got that free directory thing. I'm just going to get in there and, hey, I've got this free directory. You may want to check this out.
Boom. There you go, man. Wow. Wow.
See, you come here, you get solutions.
I know, you get solutions.
That's funny.
So I was going to ask you how does it feel to be an entrepreneur, but I mean you led yourself right into that, and I didn't have to answer that question. So before you start hitting that replay on your microphone, but anyway, I mean you answered that question.
I'll sum it up with this: it's the greatest thing you could do.
Right.
I put out one of those goofy little memes yesterday, and it said it straight out. It says, you can either follow your dream or you can be hired to help somebody follow theirs.
Ooh.
And you might as well follow your own. So.
Wow. That's crazy. I think we're going to be having an event in July or something like that. And, Ray, we would love to have you come and speak to our people because you got a lot of knowledge, man.
Heck
and I know you love traveling.
You know, it's funny. I don't travel a lot, which I should. I should travel a lot more. I'm a cheapskate is the biggest problem. You know, so
I am too.
Seriously. Like, you know, I'm not joking, but I made a joke with somebody I was working with the other day, but you know, I still drive the same car I was driving 15 years ago. You know, well, maybe it was like 12 years ago, 11 years ago, whatever it is.
Right.
You know, the same car. You know, and my wife's had a few cars since then, but I'm still driving the same car I was driving in 2003. You know, so I'm a kind of a cheapskate when it comes to that stuff, and so when it comes to going out, I'm like, oh, that would be awesome. Oh, I gotta buy a plane ticket. I gotta buy a hotel. But you know, I've got to get better at it. I really do. I need to do, you know, a lot more stuff. So.
I feel the same way, man, because, you know, after leaving a job and then working for yourself and then getting money coming in, I'm like, I'm not trying to spend my money. You know, I'm not doing it. And when I see bags coming in the house, I flip out sometimes. I'm like, what? No, I start getting the itches.
Oh, you know? Are you kidding? But it's funny. Like I said, my wife's been away for a week.
Right.
The poor UPS guy's probably going to send us a thank you note because he hasn't been here with 1,000 Amazon boxes.
Oh, man.
I love it.
Poor guy's a hunchback.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see here. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Bill, do you have anything else?
No.
Ray? Wow. Ray, is there anything else you would like to get? How can people find you? How can those connect with you, my man?
Yeah, well, you know, honestly, the easiest way to connect with me at any time is always through Facebook. I could throw out an email, but, you know, if 5 of you emailed me, you'd be lucky if 1 of you got a response because I'd probably never see them.
Right.
But, you know, if you find me on Facebook, and it's pretty easy, it's facebook.com/RayTheVideoGuy1 is my personal, and Ray the Video Guy is one of my Facebook pages. So either way is, you know, an easy way to do it. But RayTheVideoGuy.com, and if you Ray the Video Guy on YouTube, find me there as well. So any of those places.
And for those of you who are not connected with Ray, I mean, I really advise you to do so because, Ray, you're pretty knowledgeable when new things and new products come out, and you voice your opinion about them too.
Yeah, you know, and actually, it's funny because, you know, when we talk about like email marketing, people are always saying you got to provide content, you got to provide this. What I've discovered, and you know, maybe it's unique to me and my list and just what they've come to expect and everything is. What it seems they've come to expect is they don't want to hear, you know, here's 5 steps to, you know, ranking videos better. What they want to hear is, hey, you know, is such and such product any good? And so I've kind of become the consumer advocate guy on there a little bit, where I tend to get more action when I'm reviewing a product than I do if I'm just giving something to the list. And so I've kind of, you know, grown into that market. So I like to review a lot of these things. And you know, the one thing that some people have said is, well, you're always telling us, you know, great things about stuff, and you know, you never tell us bad things. I was, well, because why would I waste my time, you know?
Right.
My goal isn't to tell you, hey, this product's bad, don't buy it. You know, my goal is to tell you when there's a good product. If it's a bad product, I just don't tell you about it at all. You know, it just goes in the dustbin of history, and we go on to the next thing. But you know, I love tools. You know, I'm not the type of person who's going to send out, make $25,000 in your pajamas. You know, that's just not my. You know, that's not my thing. What I'm going to review 90% of the time is, you know, a product like Vidneos that gives you keyword research, or a product that creates videos. You know, that kind of a thing. You know, a review of Adobe, the latest version of Photoshop, and things like that, where it's more like tools. You know, yeah, I'll teach strategies and whatnot, but for the most part, when I'm selling products, it's usually tools or training on something specific. just because I'm not a huge fan of the you're going to make $20,000 tonight sort of things. I just find there's too much liability, too much credibility chances when you do those types of things.
Oh yeah, man, I totally get that. You see a lot of them out there. I mean, I got an inbox that has nothing but my spam inbox. There's all these crazy subject lines, and I'm like, are you serious? And I look at having that stuff.
And that's why I tell people, reach me on Facebook, because I feel so bad. I wish I was better with email, but there's so much garbage coming through email all the time.
Right.
That you send me an email, there's a good chance I'm never going to see it. And then you get mad at me and say, you never respond to my emails. Well, I didn't even know you sent me an email. So.
So a few points, guys, I want to put out there to you real quick. Let me answer this question and make sure this is something. Oh, Ray, they're saying thank you for this, man. It's been great. I knew it would be great because I love you to death. So a couple of guys are saying thanks. This has been awesome. A few pointers I want to put out there to you guys. Dang, I forgot what all the pointers were. Wow, just like that. I done had too much fun. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, wow. Okay, then. I'll do a replay of this, the capture, and I'll have my pointers for you. Ray, I hope you're. Oh, systems. Yes, systems. Having your business run on systems is very perfect. I've always told everyone that systems don't fail, people do. And if you have a system that's running for your business, you're going to pretty much be successful with it. And you have to get your systems in place. Like, for example, like I travel a lot to Arkansas. I have some children, older children in Arkansas, that I could just get up and leave and go as much as I want, which is great, and not ever have to worry about my income dropping or whatever, which is an awesome thing. I'm not bragging. It's just I have systems set up, which makes it easier for me to do that. And I know you guys out there are probably thinking, well, I need to get some systems in place. Yes, you do, because it is the only way to get yourself right in a way to sit on that beach later on and sip on that mint julep or whatever it is your preference of drink is. Living that internet lifestyle that most. Thank you so much. I followed you, Ray, for some time. That comes from Randy Parsley.
Oh yeah,
you got a lot of fans in here, man. So that's good. That is awesome.
Known Randy for quite a while.
Right? All right. Awesome. All right. So, dang, they keep coming in. I don't want to hang up. Everybody keeps wanting to comment. I don't want to leave you guys out. Y'all come on one more, because we're about to end this. If you got anything else for our boy here, let us know. Make sure you leave the glitch in the replay. In fact, yes, we will, Dan.
See, it just proves we're human,
That's right. That replay was epic, boy. That's Google letting us know that he is in control.
They didn't like what I was saying. They kept muting me. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it was like, that was awesome. Ray, I really appreciate you getting up early, man, and joining us. Of course, I'm going to bring you back because you've always got something going on, which is awesome. Bill and I just love you to death. Let us know if we can help you out with anything. We appreciate you, buddy. I hope your family's doing well. I hope your wife has safe travels home. I hope my wife stays there for a while so she'll come back home and I'm just playing. Love you, baby. Because she's probably watching this right now going, I can't believe you just said that.
Oh, trust me, she's not watching this.
No, she's not. She's over there slicing and dicing that card from like a samurai sword. Buying this and that, which you don't even need. Anyway, hey, Ray, we love you, man. Bill, we'll talk to you soon. For those who are at Saturday Cup of Joe, if you want to watch the replay, go to SaturdayCupOfJoe.com. If you have any questions, send them through the speak pipe. Let us know. Email us at SaturdayMorningCupOfJoe if you want to at gmail.com. Whatever. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. And I think this is going to be a big one, man. I think people are going to watch this one because this was a good one. Cool. Ray, we'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, guys. We'll see you later.
Hey, guys.